Today we are reviewing March's spend. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're going to look at March and see how much I have spent on spend, food and petrol, and see if I've kept a budget and what my goals are, whether I've achieved them for the last month and what I want to plan to do for the next month. So as you know, I track my spend, my food and my petrol, and I collect up all my receipts and then I pop them into my book and kind of track everything that I'm doing so that I know exactly what I'm spending. Sometimes that's helpful and it keeps me on track. I've done another month where I have literally left it. I've just had to do the whole lot because I wasn't doing it, and those are the months when I end up not doing as well because I'm not tracking it so closely. Let's start with spend. So usually I budget around £100. I do give myself a little bit of leeway here and there depending on what I'm doing. It was quite a busy month. We had teacher strikes, we had a trip to London for the March, we did all sorts of different activities, so we have spent a little bit more, and I also bought some things. So I did buy some dresses, which I feel like are ones that really add to the wardrobe, and they were really good quality, and they're from Tesco. Very impressed with their dresses. They got particularly long ones with long sleeves as well, so just right for kind of school and for outside of school and for travelling and stuff. So that was kind of what I was missing. I keep saying that, but I was missing everyday dresses. So let's go through. I spent quite a little bit on food and like treats and takeaway. We did a Subway takeaway when we went to London, hot chocolates. So food wise I spent probably quite a bit on that. I did replace the shower hose kind of tube. That one has been replaced. I still need to do something because it keeps falling down, but it's a start. The hose was broken, it had like a tear in it, so it did need replacing. And I have bought dresses, like I said. I probably spent maybe £120 on clothing. That was like 3 or 4 dresses and 1 jumper. That's a grey one, that's quite neutral. And the rest was food. In total I spent £199.47, so not quite budget there, but I didn't have any travel this month, so it meant that I had a bit of leeway in my spend, but obviously everything that I don't spend on spend goes towards more travel. So we did do extra trips and things like that. We did extra visits, so obviously we went to London for the march and the protest. That was really good. That meant that we had another opportunity to spend. This is what happens when you go somewhere, isn't it? But they are things that you need to do, and that's the way it is. Let's have a look at food. So my budget is normally around £250 and I was leaning a bit more towards £280. I have spent £281.90. I thought I'd done really well, but because I hadn't done as many kind of trips to the shop, I'd just done my basic ones. There was one trip when I bought extra, but that's because I bought like a 2-month supply of cat food. So that just means that it just edges it up a little bit. I don't think that's too bad. I think that's going to be about average now for 4 weeks is £280, and probably a bit more for a 5-weekend month, because I judge whether or not it falls on 4 weekends or 5 weekends for my money. On better news, petrol, I've only spent £130 because I had like 3 strike days in total. That does make a difference when you're not going into school for some of those days. That has definitely reduced. So my budget is about 160, 170, so I definitely had leftover, which is probably why I was a bit more lenient towards, well, more loose about spending, because I knew I had spent less on other things. So the plan for next month, for April, is that I have got a holiday booked. We're going to Amsterdam, so I've got holiday money put aside for that, and I have some trips and things. I've also bought tickets, so we're going to go and see some artists as well, so that will be really exciting too. Although I spent lots on spend, I do feel like they were worthwhile and important things that I bought, and I feel justified in doing that. Let me know if you're doing a no spend year. Let me know in the comments down below how you're getting on, whether or not you are being stricter than me or if you are finding it difficult, and we can work through it together. And I shall be back for more videos on decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care, bye.